snack. Me and you gonna have a little chat about books. Hi guys, so I thought I would come outside because it's such a sunny day and it's so beautiful and I wanted to enjoy the sunshine, so I'm going to do a review for you guys out here. The book that I'm going to be reviewing is The Ruins of Gorlan, book number 1 in the Apprentice by John Flanagan, and I'm really excited to chat to you guys about this because this was one of the quickest reads I've ever read, and it's so short and yet it's so good. I really enjoyed this and I ended up giving this one a 4 out of 5 star rating, which is really good, so definitely I want to chat to you guys about this. So a little bit of backstory that I did find out about this book is that the author actually ended up writing this series for his 12-year-old son, who basically didn't like reading and he didn't really enjoy it, and he always thought that for a big hero character they had to be all muscly and they had to be really pro at everything. But John Flanagan wanted to prove to his son that you could be a little bit scrawnier, you didn't have to be a big muscular man to be the hero of a story, and you could just be a little child and you could just have the right morals and ideas. So that's what this story is basically based on, and the characters in this story are based on. It's got some really wonderful moments, such as it talks about bullying and it talks about the wrongness of it, which is really good and definitely a good message for kids to get from this story. And it's also got some really interesting characters who kind of learn a lot about what's right and wrong and how to deal with the situations that they're put in, so that's a really lovely touch as well. So the main plot line of this book is that there is a young orphaned boy called Will. He has grown up in the castle with many of his friends who are also orphaned. They are all like wards of the state basically. He is a small and slight boy who's very adventurous and very much into exploring and having fun, and he's not really sure where he fits into society yet. He's got a group of about 4 friends, I think, who he has grown up with all of his life, and they've all been raised together because they're all orphaned, and they've all lived together and been friends for ages. Basically, it's the story of their choosing day. Their choosing day is basically a ceremony that when they get to a good age, then all of the different masters from around the castle, they can actually choose you to become part of their kind of group. So basically you have all sorts of different things, such as the fighters, you have the kitchens, you have all sorts of different things, and you can be chosen by a master to go and work for them if you have a talent for it. And Will has always wanted to be a warrior because he has heard that his father was a warrior and he really wants to follow in his father's footsteps. However, he's quite scrawny, quite small, and he's not really got the build for it, so when it comes to choosing day he's not really sure what's going to happen. All of his friends seem to know what they want, which only makes it worse for Will, who doesn't really know what's going to happen to him. But on the actual day, Holt, who is basically the ranger, a very sneaky, sly, creepy kind of character, turns up and no one knows why, and it's basically the story of what happens from then on that gets really interesting. So alongside the main story of Will and Holt, we also follow Horace, who is basically Will's friend from his childhood, and Horace goes into battle school, and there he actually gets into a lot of trouble and a lot of sad situations involving bullying and things like that. It's a very important part of the story, I felt, because actually the bullying was something that was a really good message to get across to kids, that it's not right, it's not okay, and it should be sorted out. And it was done in a very comical and entertaining way, so that really helped me to enjoy the story. I also feel like Horace is a very promising character, and that in the later books he's probably going to come into his element a lot more, along with Will, who kind of got into his element at the end of this book, but was quite an interesting character the whole way through. The plotline was really fun, it was very entertaining, kind of predictable a little bit, but I didn't mind because it was just so entertaining and funny, and I really loved all of the characters. Overall, this is definitely a wonderful children's fiction series that I will be adding to my collection, and I'm really looking forward to carrying on with this because it's so fun, so light-hearted, and reading children's fiction is just so much easier and so much more light-hearted and enjoyable than a heavier fantasy sometimes, and to kind of throw this into my reading was a really nice opportunity because it just kind of made me smile and I really enjoyed it. I hope that you guys really enjoy this. If you do end up picking it up, I would love to know what you guys thought of it, if you've ever read it. Maybe when you were kids you read it, I don't know. But I would love to know what you guys think of this, and I will see you all very soon in my next video. Bye! Me and you gonna have a little chat.